In question number 3, we have two transformations in X, a flip here and a shift to the right. So it's important to understand and have a concise method of determining which happened first. So to do that, we're going to first of all start with getting our reference coordinates for the absolute value X. So we're going to start with 0, 0, that's our vertex. Negative 1, 1, positive 1, 1. We're just going to have a few symmetrical points here. Okay, so I'm going to transform those points. So in this case here, the change in y values is going to be 0. So it's not applicable. So I'm just going to keep all those exact same coordinates, and I'm going to have 3, 1, 0, 1, 2. Sorry, that's going to be 2. Okay, so those are my coordinates. I'm just going to sketch in my original graph. This is going to be 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay, and then we're going to have our absolute value function going out like that, and our absolute value function going out like this. Okay, so what we need to do then is establish, and this is a key, establish a change in X. Now there's a difference between the notation, what I see inside the f of x, and what I actually do. And I know it's the opposite, but now we have two things going on, so we need to know which order. So I'm going to write it this way. So I'm going to have negative x minus 3. And this is actually how I get back to my old x. Now it doesn't really matter if you keep track of the new and old, okay, but we just want to solve for the other x. So this is my notation. I'm just going to do n. And when I solve for this other x, I end up undoing the transformation, so the notation. So I get plus 3 or 3 to the right. And then as I undo that negative, I not only get the opposites, but I end up doing the opposites in the right order. So I'm going to do 3 to the right and then a horizontal flip. And this is my transformation. This is my action or my do. Okay, so this is my actual transformation. So the change in x value is going to be, so this is my new x, is going to be, I'm going to shift to the right first and then flip after. Okay, so that's going to be the actual change in x values, and I can use that equation. I can take these coordinates and put it through that equation to actually get new coordinates, because this is actually what happened to the x's. So I'm going to add 3 and flip it, so I get negative 1. Add 3 and flip, I get negative 2. Add 3 and flip, I get negative 3. Add 3 and flip, I get negative 4. Add 3 and flip, I get negative 5. So then I can now plot. I have all my transformations in the right order. I know exactly where my coordinates are now, and I have a process of a very distinct process of how to go from the notation and get the description and do it in the right order, because the order does matter. So then drawing in my final graph here, I'm going to end up with negative 1, positive 2, negative 2, positive 1, negative 3, 0. There's my vertex. And then negative 4, 1, negative 5, 2, and I can see that's going to go up like this. Okay, so there's my transformed graph.